All right, so we'll skip through this since we did get to see it, although, you know, the video is a little choppy. So if you haven't had a chance to see this, this is the render. We didn't get to see the bats whenever we saw the tour because, they were brittle for the show. So that's what the bats look like. Obviously, he did say that the stalactite, there's going to be two different bases. One is the flat base that matches Superman, and then this one, which I absolutely love. This is the one I'm going to be buying with the stalagmites, stalactites, or whatever. Just how cool is that? Look at that.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to ask him. See, originally I thought just the rocky parts came off. I didn't realize the whole platform on top came off like that.
It's pretty neat. Obviously, again, that there's the storytelling base with the different villains, which I thought was cool.
Sick.
So neat. Again, there's going to be different swap outs, obviously, with the different hands. He did say that they're going to work a little bit on the texturing and look at that a little bit. I feel like the texture looks really great to me. Especially on the cape. He did talk about that this was originally supposed to be Batman and his parents down below that were murdered, and Warner Brothers did not approve that. So instead, they did it a little bit different. But if you look at it, it looks like the bat emblem, which is really cool with the rock work. So that's a neat touch. I said to the guys too, it's like if they wanted to add the females, they could add the 3 back there on the back instead of this. So. But I think this is probably what they'll go with. But again, look at the texturing. This
amazing.
Looks great. Obviously, again, you're going to have multiple portraits, an Alex Ross portrait at 3rd scale. But I love the flow of the cape. There's a few people that I saw that didn't like it, but I'm like, I freaking love it.
Yeah,
I think it's great. It's not too over the top. Look at that. That is just stunning.
I do think that this is right up there with the Fabok Tech 1000. By Prime 1. I think it's going to be a great compliment, or if this is your one Batman piece, I think it's just awesome. Could definitely be a standalone.
I got to find some space.
There's the Bruce Wayne portrait. Obviously, this is a prototype, so there is a neck seam right there that would not be there in the final. But look at that.
Yeah, it's insane how good everything looks like.
It just looks so stoic. It just looks awesome. So again, there's going to be multiple portraits there. Just looks great, and there is texture on the cowl.
That one, the Alex Ross, I think, was just smooth.
Yeah. So I mean, there is texture there. It's just kind of hard to see in photos sometimes. This is my favorite with the portrait kind of looking down.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one I really like the best, with him looking down a little bit.
Yeah, I think me too.
Yeah, I love it. That particular one right there. And then, of course, we have Superman, classic Alex Ross right here.
Oh, yeah. Where are they at? Singapore?
I think that's where they're based, I think. I'll have to double check and ask. It's really cool what they were doing with the different belts on Batman. That was a really cool idea.
Yeah. You can make the statue whatever you want. That's great.
Completely customizable.
Yeah, I can kind of see where the fist might be a little bit too big.
Yeah, he said he might tweak that down a little bit. But look at that pose.
That's a great pose, great portrait.
I mean, does it get more iconic than that?
No, that's Superman.
Yeah, sure. That's Ross right there.
Yeah, I'm not as big a fan of the fist forward. I really like the hands on his hips look better for me personally. But it's nice that there's going to be some different options. Obviously, again, different swap out portraits. That's the bearded portrait, which I think looks really great. And then, of course, that Christopher Reeve.
That's great
portrait as well, which is really neat that that Warner Brothers is allowing that.
Yeah, he's got his work cut out. Speaking from the Warner Brothers side, he's got his work cut out with them. But once they figure out their background people and he finds the right people to talk to, he'll get stuff approved.
Well, it was interesting whenever we were live streaming the other night, and he was doing it at the con. Warner Brothers was actually there to talk to him.
Oh, good.
And so it sounds like it must have gone pretty well.
Well, it took us when we took over the archives, and our booth was literally right next door. Jim Lee was doing a signing, a comic signing. Ari and Jeff went over and talked to him, and they're like, "Look, this was when we were trying to get the Bermejo pieces approved." And he didn't even have any advice for us. He's like, "Look, I wish I could tell you who to talk to, but just keep it up with the channels and somebody will help you." But now they've smoothed it out. They got people on board and they're doing their due diligence.
That's cool. That's awesome. That's good to hear. it's a little hit or miss with Warner Brothers. I hear a lot of stories from a lot of different people that it's just can be frustrating at times. But I
That's
can't.
amazing.
I just
That's
can't.
amazing.
I was gonna say I can't see why Warner Brothers would say no to that. I mean, that just is
That's
absolutely
Superman.
incredible. That's Superman. There's obviously going to be one with the kind of the laser eyes coming out. I think that's a Reeve portrait, as far as I could tell. It just looks great.
Yeah.
I think Jeff Delaney took this one together. This is all the different portraits, so you can kind of see what you're going to get. But yeah, 5 portraits.
You go with Reeve, or do you go with Alex Ross? That's a tough one.
You go with both. I think you swap it out every other week.
Absolutely.
I mean, because they both look great. This is part of their Wonder Woman tease. Warner Brothers actually had them tweak a little bit on her, so that's why they couldn't show her yet. I think they wanted her like bikini line a little lower, I think, from what I heard.
I thought they meant the bottom lower, like to cover her butt.
It could be. I just assumed it was the other way, the high, because it made it sound like around her waist.
Not the waist lower.
Actually, that is not. I'm sorry. That is. This is XM. Sorry, guys. I had the wrong order here. This is the updated look on the XM piece, which does look better.
It does look a lot better.
Yeah, the other one was not good in my opinion.
No.
But that looks a lot better. Sorry, I got that mixed up. This is the LBS. So she's going to be amazing as well. And obviously different portraits, different arm swap outs.
I just love the fact that you can customize their whole line. I mean, you can make it whatever the hell you want.
Yep, it's going to be great. And then this is the Wonder Woman base.
His bases are just stunning.
Yeah,
they're so cool.
Did you see the Batman? It was the Joker's Reckoning, but he like added to it.
It's really neat, right?
Yeah, the Joker, was it the Joker base? Yeah, the Joker base.
Yeah, the Joker base. So that's kind of what the 3 look like together. Again, there's another swap out there with her holding the lasso of truth.
Absolutely.
And without the cape, and so there's going to be a cape version. It's just crazy. And then there's all 3 bases together.
Huh.
Perfect.
So it's just awesome. And there's the Wolverine that he teased us with, which looks great. And then there's that Spider-Man, which I think looks really great as well. I like the height of it.
Yep.
All right, we'll move on from LBS. Again, I'll try to get through these a little bit quicker tonight, guys. So we have some in-hand photos of the Margot Robbie from Suicide Squad, Sideshow Collectibles. So again, some of these we've seen a little bit before, but we haven't done a picture show in about a month. And so I've got some older photos to show you as well. But I think this one turned out really great.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of this one since day one, but unfortunately, there seems to be an issue with some of the eyes on the portraits.
Yeah, I've heard from a couple of collectors that the eyes are. I feel like that one looks pretty good to me.
That looks okay, yeah.
But I've heard a few being a little bit wonky.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Wandering eye.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah, look at that. But the colors look great. Her pose is great. Some people don't like the base. But again, having been there in San Diego, a lot of people were really excited about this one.
I like it. It reminds me of the movie when she's like,
yeah, it's good.
Tripping out, seeing everything.
So again, there's the eyes.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
Let's say it looks good right there to me.
Close, yeah.
Look at this guy, Sideshow using straps.
Finally.
Yeah.
How great is that? Like this, it took 10 years or 15 years, but finally we're getting the straps. I wish Prime 1 would do it as well because it's just so much nicer. It's so much easier than dealing with the tape.
Yeah.
It's just nice and it's so easy. I mean, I can't imagine these straps costing too much money.
Yeah, hopefully it continues and it's not like a one-time deal.
Yeah. So I have to applaud Sideshow for doing the straps. It's a really nice surprise.
It's got to make their lives easier too.
You would think so. This is the new Wonder Woman premium format. It's had some buzz initially. I haven't heard much about it since, but I think that the portrait is gorgeous. What do you guys think about this one?
Not really a fan. I mean, the portrait looks okay. The overall sculpt, I'm not sold on it.
To me,
I
this
like
looks very much like James Gunn's wife. I think that's the inspiration for this piece. A lot of people have noticed that. It looks very much like her. She's been in like Peacemaker and some different, she was in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 also. But I think that's, to me, that's where they got the inspiration for her face. Some people have said that the torso is a little bit long.
Yeah.
And I do agree with that. I think it looks a little bit long. But again, I haven't seen it in person, so it's hard to judge, but I do think it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I have no issues with this. I think everything looks great, even the torso. So
Yeah,
I think it's just the way the skirt is like sitting low on her hips. Like
it could be.
Yeah, it gives her torso more height with that. I see
Yeah.
what you're saying, Eric.
I think it's one of the best Wonder Woman Sideshow has done out of all of them. So
I really love the portrait. This kind of has a bank vault base. It's been sliced open. People weren't sure quite what that was, but I think it looks good. I like the angle of it.
yeah, originally we thought it was a tank. A tank would have been cool, like the top.
Yeah, tank would have been cool, but I do like the gears here on the back with the safe. It's kind of neat. I like that portrait a lot. I think it's awesome.
Me too.
Let's see. There's a better look at the base again.
Yeah, it looks good. They did a good job with the, making it look like it's melted and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Base definitely looks good.
This we're going to see more of this week. It's going to go up for pre-order, I believe, next week. This is the Tweeterhead 1/6 scale Batman. This has definitely been tweaked from last year. I really liked the version from last year, but I think this one's really good as well. There's going to be a blue Batman and also a black suit Batman available. The blue version is going to be available at Tweeterhead, and I have found out they will ship internationally if you're interested. And so obviously we'll see a little bit more. And I believe there's going to be a little bit of a teaser as well next week with some of these photos. So I can't talk about it quite yet, but I think it's going to make a lot of collectors very, very happy. But there's the blue version, and then here's the black. I think I like the blue version better too. I like the blue version.
Me too.
Yeah.
They're usually not a blue. I mean, it's like a dark blue, so I think it works.
Yeah, he sent me like paint samples and kind of like picked my brain about which blue I liked, and I really liked this one. I thought it's just a little different of a blue. I really like it. I think the colors are really nice. Here's the base with the gargoyle. It does have the smoke kind of billowing up. Again, I really like the base from before as well, but this one's definitely dynamic. Some people haven't liked the tippy toes.
That's my only issue, but I actually like this pose better than the previous pose. I was
That's
looking
cool.
at the two side by side, and I think it works better.
He's a little less bulky. The other one was a little thicker, but I think this one will be real popular among 6 scale collectors. I know some people are wishing it was a quarter scale, but again, this will be going up for pre-order, and Chad has told me that there will be, and I think I'll be able to reveal it next week. There's going to be a very, very special offer above and beyond what they normally do for collectors that order from Tweeterhead. So I'll divulge that next week if I'm able to.
Cool.
I've got a bunch of Prime 1 stuff. Since the last time we looked, we haven't had a chance to talk about the next level event, and a lot of photos have come out since then. Have you guys had a chance to see this quarter scale Poison Ivy from Prime 1?
No.
This is their new Throne series. It's quarter scale.
Creatively, I think it's great. As a Poison Ivy, it wouldn't be for me. It's too out there for me.
I know one thing that Prime 1's really working on, they're really trying to up their paint game. They're wanting to do a lot of different techniques with paint. And so I think that this is a perfect example of kind of what we're seeing with not only paint applications here, but on her suit being kind of metallic and doing some different things with paint. Obviously, this is definitely a different, different look for Poison Ivy. There's going to be obviously different swap outs. There's that kind of that Uma Thurman hair swap out. So I don't know. I haven't decided on this one. It's definitely a different look for her. But the overall concept, the paint looks really good to me.
Yeah, the paint looks awesome.
I do like
definitely on point.
Especially for a Prime 1 piece where they usually just, paint everything gray and say, okay, that's it.
Yeah, this one's definitely not gray. I do like the portrait a lot. I think the portrait's really nice. You can see the freckling. I like it. I just don't know for sure if I'm going to get it yet or not, but there's the whole thing all together.
I mean, she gets a little lost inside of it, but I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely cool. There's a lot of cool things on the base. As far as like the elements and the paint.
This is Kelvin Loke from Shock Toys, a good friend of the channel, and this is going to be that Doomsday. I'm sorry, Dark Side on Throne. And just to give you an idea of how big, and this is quarter scale, guys. This is going to be quarter scale.
Wow.
So it really goes to show you. There's the throne itself.
That's insane.
So it's not going to be your typical throne piece. When we see Kelvin there, it's quite shocking how big this thing's going to be. We also got our very first tease, finally, thank God, of our Hush Catwoman, 3rd scale from Prime 1 Studio. Obviously, this is going to be long anticipated based on some pretty normal art that we've seen of Jim Lee's Catwoman. So I'm sure this will probably be a day 1 pre-order for me, but it's finally nice to know that we finally got that tease.
So it is confirmed as 3rd scale?
Oh, yes, 3rd scale.
Nice.
Confirmed with Johnny. We also got our first printed version of that incredible David Finch Batman versus Batman Who Laughs. This is quarter scale diorama. So again, we have that Fabok look again. Or I guess it could be Finch, maybe. I don't know.
It better be Finch.
Yeah, it should be Finch because this is Finch's artwork. But I think this one's going to be really fun. But it's cool.
I realized it was quarter scale. Wow, it's gonna be big.
Yeah, it's going to be really neat, though. I can't wait for that one.
It's cool.
Speaking of quarter scale, we also have the Batman versus Killer Croc diorama. This is quarter scale. Johnny did say that this was going to be a black suit Batman, and then I questioned him after the fact. I'm like, this isn't black suit. This is blue Batman, but it's a very, very dark blue. So obviously, this is the vision that he had. It is going to be a bluish color, but it is obviously it's got the black emblem on his chest. But overall, as a concept, there's going to be multiple swap outs, multiple portraits, not only for Batman, but also for Killer Croc himself. This is definitely one that I'm going to be adding to the Batcave. I love it.
Yeah. I like when they do that dark blue because it looks more like the comic book, like those blue comic book highlights. Like it's supposed to be black, but then it has like those blue highlights that just.
It's just very cool. Obviously, again, that Fabok portrait. Which I did ask him about. He just says that he really likes the overall look of the Fabok. I feel like he feels like it's the most iconic, and so they're sticking with it. Obviously, there's a lot of blood damage and things like that. There's also that crocodile, portrait as well.
I forgot that this was quarter scale. I'm losing track now that they're doing quarter scale.
Yeah, way more quarter scale now. Way more quarter scale. So again, like that looks more black there. So it just depends on the lighting too.
Yeah.
But very, very dynamic statue.
Still
Big base.
Yeah, it's gonna be big.
This one won't be cheap.
No.
And then of course we also have that respirator portrait.
Okay.
As well. See that they're using real chain, and then we also have that Croc portrait as well. There you can see. That swap out there. So obviously that would also cover up a neck seam with the chain. So that's real smart. So pretty fun. We also saw the Joker Carnival of Chaos. This one was teased at that show. This is going to be a throne piece as well. Obviously we haven't seen too much of it because it's just renders right now, but we can definitely keep our eye on this one.
Well, who's the artist? Was it Delato or something?
They didn't announce this yet.
I seen the artwork for this though. It's from.
Oh, I'm sorry, Carlos Diana.
Oh, okay, because I'm pretty sure I seen like the comic book that looks like this or something.
So that's really cool. I think that'll be an interesting piece. And then there's also the Harley that goes with it. This is going to be a separate piece from that Carnival of Chaos. I feel like this one's a little. I think we've all kind of said it's a little too cutesy.
Yep.
For our liking, but I think there's definitely an audience there for sure, and I think it'll be fun. It's kind of cool the way she's on the Bud and Lou carousel. That's kind of fun.
Yeah,
I could see diehard Harley fans ordering that.
Yeah, I can too. We also had the Terminator revealed, and this line I think got a lot of buzz. This is going to be a 3rd scale from Blitzway. Obviously, T2 is a very popular. Look at this.
That's cool.
Tremendous.
Blitzway just knocking it out of the park there. Again, I feel like that is really, really good. One of the best Arnolds I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
As long as the factory can match it, that's going to be the key.
Yep.
Look at that. It's so cool. It's really neat the way they did the bullets. Can be magnetized onto him. So if you want to take them off, you can do that.
Okay. I was going to ask you. I was watching one of the shows. I think it was just you and Dan. I was wondering what you were talking about with the magnets and all that.
Yeah, it's really neat that you can take them off. They are tweaking this. Some people said that they didn't like the smile. So they are adjusting that. They've already done that. And so it'll be a little bit more like the movie for the exposed Terminators. And then they had the one gun look. And then there was also the two gun look
Nice.
as well. So that's fun.
That's cool.
And it also has the LED light up feature as well.
Very cool.
We also had Snape. This is from Prime 1 as well, but it's with a new company. And so this is interesting. They did have him on display. I feel like this line is basically going to be to kind of compete against J&D. Real simplistic bases, but obviously cloth. And I think these are silicone heads also. I can't remember the character's name. Do you guys remember what this one is? Slan, I think is her name.
I have no idea.
They've got a new quarter scale for her. I like this one better than their first one they did. What's not to like here?
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah, we'll skip to PCS here. This is the new third scale RoboCop. I think this one's awesome.
That's a great piece.
They'll be at San Diego, so you guys will probably see all this in person.
Yeah, I was going to say we're going to do a booth tour with Aunt Adams as well, like we did last year. I can't wait to see the booth. It'll be one of the few statue booths there. Iron Studios is going to be there, PCS, Kotobukiya, Diamond Select, and a few others. But can't wait to see this booth. I hope it's a great booth this year. I just love this thing. I think it looks great.
Looks just like him.
It does. It's Peter Weller, baby, right there. And there is
great art.
There is two different versions of this one. There is the first film and then the second film as well.
Yeah.
I don't.
The second one's more purplish looking.
Yeah, I think this one right here.
That indigo.
You can see that purplish color on his suit. There you can see the purple. See it? Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's a very cool piece. Again, a lot of great detail from PCS. I hope this one sells really well for them.
I think it will.
Yeah, there you can really see the blue and purple. It's cool.
It's a very cool piece.
Yeah.
I like it.
You got the machine gun down below.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of different options. This one just went up pre-order recently. This is the He-Man bust, life-size bust, to complement their Skeletor. I don't know if very many people have bought this one. I love the base on it. It's kind of got that Grayskull look. The green rock. I don't know what the market is for this. I know the Skeletor bust did well.
Yeah, I don't know if I was a He-Man collector, if I would want a big He-Man bust. I don't know. I mean, if I was going to get one, I'd get Skeletor. Yeah, me too.
Skeletor looked good.
Yeah, I like the villains. I've always liked the villains. Big shocker, right? But they do look good together. So congratulations to anybody that picked that one up. Again, there's the side by side. Yeah, we did see Skeletor last year at the Tweeterhead booth. These are some in-hand photos of that brand new Val Kilmer Batman third scale from Prime 1. I think this one turned out really good.
What's going on with his eyes? Maybe it's just a picture.
Yeah, I was going to say it's got kind of a glare to the photos. This collector always gets stuff way before anybody else. And so I don't know if it's shipped worldwide yet or not, but it's just cool to see. And it's got that bat wall. I do like the piece overall.
Yeah, I like it from the pose and concept.
Yeah.
Of it.
And it's got that weapon wall that was extra. Obviously, I have this piece now. Got some in-hand photos of the Joker. I think this one turned out really great. I just filmed my top 5 favorite quarter scale statue video here recently. I think it might be up for members.
It is.
And so no spoilers, but this one definitely made the list. Had great texture on it. Again, this one's sculpted by Daniel Bell. And in hand, it turned out really great. Paint applications look really great on it. I know not everybody loves the piece, but
I'm seeing a lot of comments in the group of, oh, I should have ordered that.
yeah. And it's so weird. Like I showed it in my video where like half the face is painted dark gray, and off the statue, it looks awful.
Yeah.
But as soon as you put it on the statue, it just works. It works so well. And I can't explain it, but it really does.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. His shoulder's pretty much covering his entire face on that.
Yeah. It's just really ballsy that they did it, and it works. It's got that blood effect. Just be careful about that pin. I always worry about that pin being broken, but just be careful. So again, that's shipping right now as we speak.
I think is it sold out?
Oh yeah, it is. It's on waitlist.
That's what I'm saying. People are like, oh, I should have ordered. Like,
yeah, it's on waitlist.
When it was first shown, nobody really liked it. Now that it's in hand and people are seeing it, they're like, oh, I should have ordered it.
I tell you, as soon as I do a BSC review, it always sells out. I tell you.
Yeah.
This is the new PCS Storm. I feel like this one's just kind of meh.
Everybody's calling it Rihanna. I don't know.
Do you like it? I just feel like it's kind of.
I think it's fine.
It's bland.
Yeah, it's just okay. But I don't know. I just feel like there's parts of it that's just maybe simple. I don't know. Maybe it's just the skin tone or the. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what it is for me. But the portrait's beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I had no problem with it. I don't think it's like one of my favorites that they've done, but
yeah, I don't think it's bad. I just, I do like the base a lot.
that is pretty cool.
The base is good.
I mean, that kind of reminds me of something that Legendary Beast is doing. Portraits, again, the portrait looks really nice. And this is 3rd scale, I believe. It's got some nice texturing on the suit, nice paint.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, look at that.
Very nice.
That's really cool. And then the backside.
Punk.
Yeah, kind of her other look. Yeah, 3rd scale.
Yeah, it looks good. I don't know.
Yeah, it's all right. Not bad. These are some photos. They're doing a 3rd scale of the Witcher line. They always were 1/4 scale before, but now they're doing some 3rd scales. So that's Yennefer.
I need to watch that. That season just came back on. The Witcher.
That's cool. I think all these statues have been really, really nice by Prime 1. But that was in their gallery, so people can kind of see it under real life lighting, which does make a difference. You got the Hellback 1/4 scale. I think in like this lighting, this thing looks really great.
That's a cool piece.
The black and the red looks really great. This is a piece that's not really on my radar, but seeing these photos here in this lighting, it looks really good to me. This would maybe be a maybe for me.
Do you still have that Azrael piece, or did you sell that?
I do have it still.
Wow.
I really love it. I have no connection to Azrael, but like I love that piece.
Like this reminds me, like it's like one of those suits, like.
Yeah, it's very kind of a similar idea.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's a neat 1/4 scale. I think this one will do very well, and I think it'll be a big 1/4 scale too.
Yeah.
It's real bulky. So here's Kelvin again making an appearance. So this is kind of cool to see. You can kind of get an idea how big it's going to be. You also see the ivy in the background, but it's always nice to see these next to a person. Then it's got that Murder Machine 3rd scale also behind him.
So the ivy's 1/4 scale.
Yeah, Ivy's 1/4 scale.
Wow,
all the throne pieces are 1/4 scale.
I think it was 3rd scale. Right.
This is Kelvin next to the Batcave, the Del Auto, which you can see, and also the Alfred. The Alfred will be sold separately.
That Alfred is a definite.
Oh, for sure. And the thing is, the thing about the Batcave, this is the only thing that I worry about is like when the screens are off. Does it still look cool?
Yeah, I was telling you, I was like wondering if they could do like some type of like plastic vinyl decal to put over it, like if you weren't using it, like similar to what they did with the Hush. Doesn't the Hush have something on it when it's off, or no?
Yeah, kind of. It's got like this grid thing on it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And if they won't, I mean, I'm sure we can print something. I'm sure. But again, it gives you an idea of size next to him. And here's the Killer Croc versus Batman next to him.
Yeah, that piece is definitely you, Chris.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's 100%. I can't wait.
That's awesome.
I'm more excited about that than just about anything. We also have the 3rd scale Dark Knights Metal Harley. And again, this is another example of that kind of that new paint that they're doing, kind of that metallic paint look, which I think really works well for this piece. Then you have Bud and Lou, which looks great.
It's a cool looking piece.
Yeah, I think this one will complement the Batman Who Laughs really well with the real chains.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Same concept, just different.
Yeah, I just think it's really smart the way they did the colors.
Elements.
Again, Bud and Lou looking vicious. I don't love this portrait. I really like the unmasked portrait one. But I think there was like 3 different portraits, maybe 4. This one's just okay to me.
I mean, it's not for me, but I like it. I mean,
yeah,
nothing wrong with it. I'd rather have Batman Who Laughs than
yeah. Say I doubt I'd get this one, but it's cool for the metal collectors. I mean, look at that.
That's sick.
That's neat. Here's a close up of that Dell Auto piece. Really like it a lot.
Yeah, I see what you're saying with the screens.
Yeah, it looks so much better with the screens on.
Yeah. And you can use your own images. Like, I could put my Batman Statue Collector logo on all the screens if I wanted to, using a USB type of drive. It's pretty cool. There's the back side of it. This is something I wouldn't spend the extra money on because you don't see the back.
Right.
However, you can have it displayed right next to it. And I think I've heard some people are going to do that. But it's still a cool diorama.
Yeah, I love that Batmobile. That's cool.
It's neat. This one was also shown at the Next Level event. I have no idea about this, but I did want to include it for anybody that might want to see it. I know this did get some buzz. So again, it's always kind of cool to see it under real lighting. And again, this stuff sells way better than the Batman stuff does. Again, there's another one. I love the artistry of these pieces.
Very cool.
They're really beautiful.
Yeah, that's it. I have you guys saw I have a couple of Sume pieces. I don't know anything about anime. I don't know anything about the characters. I strictly collect these just for the art. And
that's cool.
The what they put into these pieces. I mean, look at all of that clear work.
Yeah,
I mean, that's gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
I'd buy that just for the art aspect.
Yeah.
Just for the art aspect.
It's beautiful. I like hearing you say that you buy it even though you don't know about it. I like that.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know one thing. I buy one of these and I immediately call my buddy and I'm like, all right, give me the 411 on this character because I don't know anything about him. But I look to my right and I've got 6 of them and they're one nicer than the next.
Absolutely. This is Murder Machine 3rd scale again that I showed you a little bit earlier. This one is, I feel like it's cool. It's not my favorite in the lineup, but the base is what's really neat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Just really cool with the pixelization.
I like the whole piece.
Yeah, it's really a cool concept. A lot of thought was put into it. Look at that.
Definitely different.
Yeah.
It's very. I'm into like biomechanical type stuff, so I think everything's just very biomechanical.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be cyborg, like the cyborg version of Bruce Wayne. We also saw the Superman teaser. Again, this is Dell Auto. For me, this is kind of a ho-hum piece because I don't feel like Superman needs to be on a throne. I did say that Prime One's going all in on the throne pieces, but at the same time, I feel like not every character needs a throne. Certain ones do, but I don't know. What do you guys think of this overall piece?
Not for me.
Is there a different head sculpt? Because I know in the Dell Auto, it looks more like Christopher Reeves.
I think that there's going to be 2, maybe 3.
Okay.
But we haven't seen much yet. These are just renders. This is the back side of it. Similar to what they did with the Batcave.
It's crazy. Everybody's doing all these, elaborate things with the back of the base that
you never see.
Yeah, it makes you want to somehow show it off. Like
I know, like why bother? Like just most people are not going to have a rotating base.
Yeah.
I mean, if we can save some money on the stats,
save some freaking money in space.
We'll put it on the front somewhere.
This is cool from Blitzway. So we have the mass production PVC and the prototype. I think they did a really good job of matching the prototype.
Absolutely.
This is the Kurt Cobain, which is really cool. It's in the studio. Great piece from Blitzway. But that looks fantastic.
Looks
really, really good. Yeah, I'm blown away. They did a great job of paint. We also got another piece revealed by Blitzway. This is the Michael Jackson.
I'm surprised they went with this look, not like a different, one of his styles. I think it's
Yeah.
like from the Super Bowl or something like that.
Yeah. Well, this is probably the first of many. I bet they probably got, all his different looks. But this is really cool. Obviously, I think this one will do really well for them. I think it looks very, very good. I feel like it looks better, more like him without the glasses than with the glasses. But obviously those glasses are very iconic. But I think that looks very, very good.
Yeah, it looks like him to me.
Absolutely.
This is the unmasked.
Mm.
I think, it looks like him.
Looks just like.
Yeah, see, I think they did a great job. I feel like having the eyes, it has more power to it.
Yeah.
If I did buy, I mean, I'm not a buyer of these, but if I was, I wouldn't put the glasses on. I think that's the way it should be displayed.
Yeah, I do too.
That looks good.
But yeah,
perfect.
Really good. Blitzway, I tell you, they're some of the best in the business. They're fantastic.
Oh, absolutely.
Like right there, I just don't feel like it looks quite as good with the glasses.
I agree.
But anyway, that's coming soon. That's part of their Black Label line. Yeah, there's another. Yeah, that angle.
Everybody's doing like these music pieces now. What was the other company? PCS is doing a lot like the Prince and all that.
Yeah, Prince. This is from Pure Arts. They did a Batman cowl, a penguin cowl, or kind of a penguin mask, and then a Catwoman cowl. And now they've done a, from the Flash movie Batman, so that modern version of him. So this cowl is up for pre-order right now, and it also comes with the Batwing, which is really cool. It's kind of a side piece. This one's it's not for me, but it's still cool.
It's interesting how they did everything as a mask, but then they made Penguin has eyes and all that.
Yep. This is from PCS. This is Akuma, I think his name is.
Yeah.
Look at the size of this thing.
Street Fighter.
Where the hell are you gonna put that?
I don't know.
The whole thing on the
This
bottom.
is going to be as big as Clayface is from Legendary Beast.
Keep panning back down again, like the whole table's the base, right? All that.
I think I think the base is this brick, but then I think that this like leaves or something around the base, covered part of it up for the photos, but it's going to be massive.
That thing's huge.
Massive.
It's definitely like a dining room table piece.
As Jeff Morris would say. This is the brand new piece from Queen. Just did a video on this. Was it today? I can't remember what day it was. Where I talk about this being a hit or miss video. So this is the 3rd scale. I feel like that portrait looks great. But I feel like their other portrait doesn't look quite as good.
I agree.
But it's close, but it's just not perfect. And I also asked in the video, how many people want a black suit Superman?
Yeah, I had somebody that owns this reach out to me and wanted it repainted to the classic, and they weren't happy with the portrait either in person.
This one?
I believe it was this one.
No, this one just went up for pre-order today.
Different piece then. All right, never mind.
I think you might be thinking of the Iron Studios one.
Could be that. There's so many of them.
Yeah. But I mean, I feel like that looks good. That looks really good to me. That from that angle, but just some of the other angles, it doesn't look as good. But I love that.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, that looks really good. It's got the light up feature. It also has, if you buy the premium, you get the stand with it, which is nice. So again, I think it's a beautiful statue. This is from Art Statue Collector. He actually had the prototype on display. Again, I just feel like the portrait's it's okay.
Yeah.
But the angry one is what makes it for me. But I do like kind of the floating look.
I'll be right back, guys.
No problem, Charles.
Yeah, I don't know. It's always it's always something with the Henry Cavill portrait
Yeah, I know it is. It's hard to capture him.
Whoever does one, it just always looks different. Like none of them look correct, or something's always off.
This is the life-size Captain America bust by Queen. This one has started to ship, so we'll be seeing that in hand here soon. But these are the production ones.
Another very expensive shipping piece.
Very expensive. Also, the 3rd scale Catwoman. This is one that I originally purchased, but I have sold my pre-order. But they are going to do a review for the channel, guys, so don't worry about that. You'll still see it on the channel. But at the end of the day, I just decided to go a different direction. But I do think she turned out nice. The likeness is very, very good.
It's crazy. I was looking. I think it was Delaney that shared it. The picture of the 1/6 compared to the 1/3. It's crazy how much bigger the thing is.
Yeah, it's way bigger. This is that J&D Superman. Some people have loved the portrait. Some people feel like it's close.
It's close. I mean, neck down is perfect.
That angle right there looks great to me. But some people just thought maybe they just need to poof down the hair a little bit. Also, the suit is sculpted. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, you just reminded me. Like,
I couldn't believe it because it looks so real.
It really does.
It really is impressive, and I really like the Clark Kent.
So now, is that strange if you have both on display and then one is like real fabric and then one's not?
I could see that maybe.
Surprised they did that like that, but it looks like fabric. So you might.
Yeah, I mean, that looks like exactly like his fabric suit. I mean, it's really quite impressive the way they sculpted it. Because I was just shocked when they said it wasn't fabric, but I really like
the colors are perfect. It has that like old vintage like faded look to it.
Yeah, it's so good. I love this portrait.
That looks good.
I think that's one of their best to date. But obviously, these are expensive pieces. But if you are a fan of J&D and collect, again, I feel like they're really close. I feel like maybe it's just the hair's a little too poofy or something. But was this one around $3,000 for this one? I think.
It's a lot.
Shoot.
Yeah, it's a lot. But anyway, looks cool. This is from PCS. This is the new Ghostbusters line. I feel like the portrait's pretty good. Not perfect, but it's okay.
Yeah, same. I think, but like once you have them all on display, it's gonna look killer.
Oh, it'll look great. And so you have this version, and you also have the one where you can add the beams. Don't cross the streams. But yeah, they're doing all four of them. I'm hoping they have this one on display as well.
Yeah, I'd like to see that
in San Diego. I'm sure Ant will surprise us with a few things.
I'm assuming that's all sculpted too, right?
Yeah, it's all sculpted, fully sculpted on him, and also Slimer. So that's fun. So I would assume, like, if you want Slimer, you got to buy this, right?
Yeah.
So that's fun. That's a piece that people will regret not getting if they don't get the Slimer. This is also PCS. This is that Morgan. I think this looks incredible.
That looks just like her.
There's that photo, and then we also got this one. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
I really think they did a really nice job with her. I'd love to see this one on display. I would assume, because it goes up for pre-order July 20th, so I bet it'll be on display there. I think it's a beautiful portrait. And that's one of the elements there, the bat. This is part of the Iron Studios, the Flash line. This is part of that big Batman diorama, similar to what they did with the 89, but it's got a little bit more base. But I would assume this one will be probably at least 1,500-1,600 would be my guess.
So you think like this is like going to be like similar size to the previous one they did?
It's the same size, yeah.
Okay.
But it's got more base to it.
Yeah.
But this is 10 scale again. So I would assume that Batmobile is exactly the same as the one I had.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, was there even any changes to the Batmobile? Yeah. I don't think there was.
I doubt it. But this one, God, they didn't even drive it in the movie. I can't believe it.
I know. I'm so disappointed.
It's so stupid. But yeah, this one has more of the Batcave element, which is cool. I like that. So here you get kind of an idea of the way it looks. It'll be expensive.
Oh, yeah.
And I bet we'll see that at San Diego also.
Oh, that'll definitely be there.
Yeah. We also have the Lady D. I really like this piece. I think this is really cool. This is under real lighting.
That's cool.
And this is the size.
Cool.
This is a quarter scale that's the size of a third scale.
Who did this one?
This is Prime 1.
Okay. They did another one too where she's standing. Was that Prime 1 or
that's PCS?
Oh, PCS. Okay. Yeah, both of them. I love both companies.
No, I'm sorry. I think that's Pure Arts actually.
Yeah, I would have, if I was collecting this character, I would have a tough choice between, I like the one where she's sitting and I like the one where she's standing.
I like this one better. I mean, just like the fabric, the material, and the blood on the carpet.
Yeah.
Very well done.
It's really cool.
That's a good art piece.
Yeah. This is from Darkside Collectibles. This is their Sarah Connor. Has started to ship, I believe. I feel like it looks okay. kind of simplistic at
Yeah,
areas.
It's a little like it's almost like they spent a lot of time on her, but everything else was kind of like just like thrown.
Yeah. And then she's got her portrait without her hat. This is from XM. This is Kidpool. This is a new piece that they're getting ready to put up for pre-order, or maybe they already have. Again, they've been real quiet, kind of slow to get stuff out here recently. I'm not sure what's going on, but hopefully we'll get stuff delivered here soon. This is just kind of a cute, fun piece. Got some nice color to it.
Yeah, I'm excited for that Wolverine versus Deadpool movie. Or was it Deadpool 3?
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah,
obviously a lot of spoilers with Hugh Jackman.
Oh yeah,
but suit looks good.
It does.
So I think that'll do very well. And again, this is just kind of a fun piece, quarter scale. Got some nice colors to it. Speaking of colors, this is another example of what they were talking about with their paint schemes that they're doing right now. Some experimental paints, a lot of metallics. Again, beautiful art piece.
Yeah, this definitely more vibrant looking.
It's another one of the video game pieces that Prime One's doing. And this one really is beautiful.
Wow.
That's nice.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. So again, they're definitely doing some amazing things with the video games and anime stuff. Just really neat concepts.
That is beautiful.
This is the Last of Us diorama. Obviously, this is from the first game. So I think that'll be a pretty popular piece among video game collectors. It's fun. And again, another video game piece on display there. Devil May Come. Nice colors. This is from the Tweeterhead Myths and Monsters. I just wanted to show that they are doing a black and white version. And it's an LE limited edition of 100. That can be purchased at the Tweeterhead website. And then this is the color version. Very nicely sculpted. We've got the Indiana Jones right here. This is from Hot Toys. I saw that movie last week. Thought it was pretty good. Not amazing, but pretty good. I think the likeness is pretty good on Harrison Ford here. He's hard to capture.
Yeah.
But I like the base. So for the Hot Toy collectors out there, again, the portrait looks good. This is from Sang of XM Studios. This is the Samurai Riddler that I've purchased. They've updated the paint. I asked him why the purple lips, and he just said it looks more villain. He likes it because it's more villainous. I don't know if I love the purple lips, but just they've kind of updated the paint to kind of show what they're doing with the paint.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that. I mean, it obviously looks weird without the top of his head, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah, he's got the hats and stuff. So.
Yeah, I don't know if I like the lips like that.
I just said that XM hasn't been shipping much, but they did just ship this guy. I forgot about this one. So this one, I think this one turned out really great.
Very well done.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
I think the person that owns this, they were very happy with it.
Yeah, just the paint looks great. Obviously, this is a Fantastic Four piece. The fire in the water.
Yeah, really.
This is a scroll, right?
Yep.
Yeah. This is like one of those things where I kind of know about him, but I would buy just for the art. Like,
yeah, different portrait there, different arm swap out there.
It looks like Thanos.
Yeah, kind of. It's really cool. And that's the end.
Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these two awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.